Hi everyone, this is Misha from Made Up Research, and today we're going to be looking at new Isana skincare Korean line. I know it sounds unbelievable, but one of the most affordable brands in the drugstore right now, which is kind of working a lot with their own skincare products, just launched a new line that is not only cute but has a lot of different interesting things that I want to talk about today. So buckle up and let's see if it's worth your money. Now, this line has a wide variety of products that are from Korea. All of these are actually made in South Korea, which I think it's very important when you launch something called Korean skincare that it is actually from Korea. I did not pick up like the one-use masks and eye pads because I didn't feel like those were as important for the review. But I have 5 products that are basically building your whole routine that I tried for more than a month, and I'm going to be talking about all of them. So what we have is a cleanser, toning pads, eye patches, a serum, and a moisturizer. So it's everything you need for a whole skincare routine, everything in beautiful pink packaging for very affordable prices. And yeah, let's just talk about it. It's very focused on ingredients, it's very simple, very straightforward. It's even numbered. So it is basically for everyone. It's very accessible, I feel like. One thing that I also want to say about these products is that all of these are alcohol free, which is very nice, but all of these are also fragranced. Some of them very heavily, some of them less heavily, but all of these do have fragrance in their ingredients lists. So step 1 is the Isana Korean Skincare Cream to Foam Cleanser with centella and BHA and PHA acids. Now this does sound like my perfect cleanser because it is slightly exfoliating, it is supposed to be hydrating and calming at the same time, so what do we think? Now, its main thing is that it's supposed to clean your pores deeply and hydrate the skin. You get 150 milliliters of product, which is a lot of cleansers. This is going to last you a very long time. It is exfoliating cleanser that you should be applying to your wet face, then massaging it in and rinsing it off. Now, when it comes to the ingredients, it is a very thick cleanser. You have the centella asiatica in it, which is a very calming ingredient, and then you have BHA and PHA acids. Besides that, you also have glycerin, squalane, betaine, allantoin, panthenol, vitamin E, lauric acid, which is amino acid used in cleansers that is supposed to be very helpful against acne. And we also have the trehalose, which is a sugar that binds moisture. So we have a lot of different also barrier carrying ingredients and just overall things that should help your skin feel very good while being exfoliated as well. Now, in my experience, you don't need a lot of this. You only just need like a very tiny amount, and it's going to perfectly foam up and cleanse your whole face. It is very effective, but it does leave the skin like squeaky clean. Like when you rinse it off, it goes to the point where you cannot really move your hand on your face, like it gets stuck. So it's an interesting sensation. It does clean you well, but if you have dry skin, this may be a bit much, but I feel like for oily skin, this is going to be very nice. So it does feel a little bit drying, but at the same time, it feels like you've been very well cleansed. So the jury is still out on this one. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I'm like a little bit on the fence still, but I do use it and I don't mind it. Like it's not irritating or overly drying because it does have a lot of ingredients that are trying to like work against that. It's hard to explain the sensation. So let's move on to another product. The second product I have here is the Isana Calming Toner Pads. I always want to try toner pads. I never have because I find them extremely expensive and I was never sure if they're like worth it. So when I saw these for like fraction of the price of, just the normal ones you get from the Korean brands, I was super excited. Now, the one thing that I love about this is the packaging, because in the lid of this, you have these little tweezers you use to pick up the toning pads, which are down here being soaked in serum. Now, the tub is pretty big. You get 60 pieces of pads, so this can last you about 2 months, which I think is pretty good. Now, despite the fact that these are calming, they also have AHA and PHA in them. So we have some surface exfoliants as well as centella, which is supposed to calm the skin down. They should soften your skin, exfoliate it, make it nice and bright and soft and smooth, which is everything you really want from a toner or from an exfoliant. So I was very excited to see these. Now, when it comes to the ingredients, we have the centella, as I already said, together with AHA and PHA. We also have glycerin, arginine, niacinamide, lactic acid, allantoin, panthenol, hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and different plant extracts. For example, green tea. So there's a lot of good stuff in this toner as well. I do quite like it. The toning pads kind of have like a double texture. It is smooth on one side and like bumpy on the other. I believe you should use the bumpy side on your face, and it just feels amazing. It is very convenient because I do have a lot of very watery toners that do require a cotton pad. This pre-soaked cotton is, in my opinion, very convenient, very nice. I love it. It's not irritating to my skin whatsoever. It feels very brightening, very hydrating. My skin looks amazing when I use these. And they do leave my skin very smooth, very soft. The acids don't seem to be too strong. There's no percentage set on the packaging, so I assume it's pretty low. So yeah, if you're looking for some very mild exfoliation for the morning, I think these are perfect. Now, the third product I want to talk about is some eye care. These are the refreshing eye patches. Now, again, I was pretty excited when I saw these. I did use eye patches in the past. I quite liked them, some of them more than others. But overall, I just thought, you know what, might as well just get the whole lineup. So these are supposed to be refreshing, hydrating, and calming under eye patches soaked in serum. Again, so we have a little container. You, again, get 60 pieces. The container, again, all the plus points for the packaging of this line. You get a set of tweezers, which kind of like fit in the lid very well. I can show you like this. So they're not even like moving around in the lid, and it's very like clean, very hygienic, very convenient. And then when you open the lid up, you get to see two like columns of the eye patches. Now these are made from 100% biocellulose, and again they're alcohol free and fragranced. Now in the ingredients you have centella, again you have hyaluronic acid, but also adenosine, which is barrier healing and anti-inflammatory, together with glycerin, arginine, panthenol, allantoin, trehalose, and many kinds of hyaluronic acid. So you are getting a lot of hydration for those under eyes, plus you get the occlusive layer in the form of the little pad that is supposed to help trap the moisture in and make them a little bit more effective. Now in my experience, this is a little bit of a mess, and I'm not sure if this is the specific pack that I got or if this is just a common thing. There is like one of the columns is less wet than the other. So like when I apply these, sometimes they're very dry and sometimes they're soaked very nicely. And I don't think I can influence that. Like there's no leftover serum in the container, like with the toner pads, like you have nothing more in here. So it's very just, I don't know what to do like about it. I usually have to use like 2 or 3 on one side to compensate for the other side, which is a little bit like defeating the purpose, I think. What are the upsides is that you get a lot of these for a very fair price. So if you wanted to try these, I think it is okay, but I cannot recommend them 100% because what if all of them had like some drier parts of the stack? I don't know. I thought these were going to be something extra, like an extra step to my routine that I would really enjoy. But I don't like these as much as I thought I would. And I don't know, maybe if I figure out why are some of these drier than others, I will give you some more info. But so far, I cannot really recommend them that much. Next product we have is the Power Serum, which is supposed to be hydrating and softening. It looks like this. It's very cute. The packaging is plastic. You get 30 milliliters of product, which is very standard. It is super affordable. And again, it is supposed to be like your nice everyday power serum to really support your skin. So we have centella and niacinamide in it. When I see niacinamide, I have to have it no matter what it is. It's a really nice serum texture. It's not too thick. It is just enough glidey. It spreads really nicely, sinks in really nicely. And when it comes to the ingredients, except for the centella and 5% niacinamide, you also have glycerin, arbutin, which is brightening, vitamin E, glycerin, hyaluronic acid, allantoin, panthenol, willow bark extract, which is anti-inflammatory. So overall, you have like a really nice mixture of hydration and brightening and calming and just everything you need. It's a perfect morning serum for me. I use this every day. This is why it's, pretty much empty. And yeah, in my experience, a beautiful everyday serum. I love it under makeup with other skincare. It reacts really well. It's super versatile and I would highly recommend it. If you want to get something very nice from the lineup, this is definitely one of the products I would recommend. And I feel like it's not as heavily scented as the other products. So I would definitely recommend this serum if you're looking for a nice, versatile, everyday serum. And last but definitely not least is the Isana Hydration Cream. Now I have to admit I was a little bit on the fence when I saw that they have a moisturizer. because this can be very much a hit or miss. Sometimes if you have just one moisturizer in the line, it's usually pretty heavy. So I was a bit scared, but I took the shot, and honestly, this is like one of my favorite products from this line overall. So this is supposed to be a hydrating and barrier repairing moisturizer. You get 50 milliliters of product. The packaging is still cute, but it's very standard. You have the little stopper, but it's stuck to the lid. And this is what it looks like. It's just a very lightweight cream moisturizer that I love it so much. The bottle is plastic. I would prefer if it was in a pump. And when it comes to ingredients, you have centella and panthenol in it, which are the main like calming ingredients. You have niacinamide, vitamin E, adenosine, glycerin, ceramides, and different weights of hyaluronic acid. So it just does everything. Again, very versatile, very beautiful. In my experience, this is the perfect everyday moisturizer, and I cannot say this about many moisturizers, but this one works really well both day and night. So it is occlusive enough for me to use it during the night, or you can just like layer it almost. It's kind of buildable. But if you want just a very lightweight flash of hydration, you can use this during the day under makeup, under SPF, just a small amount, and it works beautifully. It almost makes you like moist. It's a very similar texture to one of my favorite moisturizers, which is the Ionic Centella moisturizer. This is like in the same family of moisturizers. It's beautiful, lightweight, sinks in well. My skin loves it. It's just such a good moisturizer. Definitely would recommend. For the price, this is like one of the best moisturizers in the drugstore right now. And there we go. This is all the products that we have here today. Now, what can I tell you about these? I was pretty impressed just overall that Isana went for this. They created a whole skincare line. It's made in Korea. It's beautiful. Like, you cannot tell me that this packaging isn't like super cute. It's wonderful. Now, the prices are very fair. The amount of product, the ingredients you get, like the whole vibe of this is very pleasant. I feel like they did a really good job with this line, and they know who they're targeting and who they're like marketing towards. Because I feel like everybody who is at least a little bit interested in skincare is going to be like very, drawn to this. When it comes to the products themselves, I would appreciate a little bit less fragrance, especially in products like the moisturizer or the toning pads. I don't feel like you need a lot of fragrance in these. And even the eye patches, like when it's close to your eye, I don't think it really needs fragrance. Just, that's my opinion. Yeah, I don't know, just saying the fragrance is one thing. Another thing is that the cleanser, it's still like kind of bothering me because I'm not sure what I think about this. I feel like this needs a little bit more tweaking in the sense that it really does make your skin like, I don't know how to describe it. It's really bizarre. And even though it doesn't feel drying, it like this sensation makes you think that your skin is dry, which I think is almost making it worse. And yeah, the rest of the products, specifically the toning pads, the serum, and the moisturizer, I use these on the daily basis. Like those are my everyday products pretty much. I love these so much. And overall for the price, I feel like this is a very nice way of having the Korean skincare experience without spending a ton of money on more expensive Korean products. Like when it comes to serums and moisturizers, I feel like many makeup brands are kind of catching up and creating that luxury feel and fun textures and stuff. But these, I really like them. Are they basic everyday products? Yes. But would I repurchase them? Definitely. What really gives you like the more luxurious Korean experience are the toning pads and the eye patches, definitely. The toning pads and the eye patches tend to be quite expensive in this big of a packaging. So if you really want to test them out, I would definitely recommend these. The toning pads even more because I actually really like these. I like this line a lot. I think it was a great idea, a very smart marketing move, and here we are. So that is all. Those are all my thoughts on the Isana Korean skincare line. Now, like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and tell me if there's any new skincare you want me to review, and I'll be happy to do it. I will see you in the next video. Bye!